Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us, we have the NNS, model number NS-8107BT. This is an AM/FM shortwave radio with Bluetooth and MP3 player. You can find this retailing on Amazon, typically around $17.99, though they had some great sales on this particular radio, 10-20% off. Amazing. But when it first came out to the Amazon, it was 40% off. And I told people, go check it out, get that radio with 40% off. And I had a little link in my community section. If you had the bell icon clicked, you'd have been notified and got your radio for $11 like I did. Pretty awesome. It had two colors. It's oak color and a cherry color, which I'll show you here in a second. Here's the box it comes in, has some bullet points on it. Rock on, you get it right. Cool looking. I like the style right away. That's why I picked it up. I actually asked my wife which one to get, the dark or the light. She liked the lighter one, so we got the lighter one. So that's how it's easy to get radios in the household, is to have your wife on board. Make her part of the buying decision. They like that. There's some bullet points there. I think it's the same. Oh no, it's just color choice here on the side. All right, great. So took everything out of the box. Let's show what you get. So in the box, we get to start the show. Awesome. Love it. I mean, this is a cool look. All right, so the radio, we get the charging cable. It is a USB to USB-C. Nice. And then we get a manual. These are always nice to have. Now, this is cool because it shows a different design. I think that's really neat. It's got like a horn style and a fabric. It really harkens back to an older style. This does too, but I like this style here because you can't tell where the speaker's at. Here you can tell where the speaker's at. I'll show that to you. Cool. And then, yeah, I think this side here is our manual. Pretty basic. So radio operation, TF operation. There you go. Lithium battery. Now they mention lasts over 3 hours. I'm like, that seems pretty weak. So I tested my unit, tested the amp draw, and I got a better reading than that. And we'll talk about it. TWS function. So you have two of these radios, which is possible, but they're such a low cost. You can have stereo, left and right channel for stereo broadcasting. Sweet. And then over here we have our specs. Awesome. All right, great. And I did notice on AM there's 10 kHz stepping. I think this 522 to 1710 is 9K and 10K. I think it's universally stepped. There's your ability to do that with DSP radios, which is neat. So there we are. All right, cool. So throw that aside. Let's get to the radio. Yeah. All right, so dimensions of this bad boy. And we'll do a size comparison. So our length is 6.5 inches. The height from, I think, the bottom foot to this top of this, where this handle folds down. So it sticks up here. It doesn't go flush or anything. That height there is 5.25 inches. When you extend the handle fully, you're at 7 inches. So that's how that is. So not bad. And of course, depth front to back is 3.5 inches, allowing for a lot of bass to this radio. It's compact, but it's really good sounding. I like this one a lot. It's one of my favorites right now. I've been reviewing a lot of these inexpensive shortwave radios. They have all the same functions and just different looks. This one here stands out for audio. We'll get to that. So, yeah, size comparison. I always have like culprits here. There's CC Pocket in the house. Current time is 11:25 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA for any band scans. We'll try to cover all three bands on this radio. And, yeah, you know where time is and you know where I'm located. We're in the month of January, the end of the month of 2025. People want to know that, so I tell them. We have a Skywave, just to kind of give you a general idea. I'll pop that right there. You get the idea. I love my C-Crane radios. And last but not least, we have a deck of cards. If you don't have that, Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He can spin it like no one can. He loves cheap shortwave radios from China land. Ding, 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 China land. Everything's made in China, man. No, China land. You know what I meant. All right. Q. There, it goes that way. So yeah, features of the, I guess the 8107. I'll call it the 8107. I don't think it's printed on the front there, but sometimes they do. All right, so you got this fake wood treatment. So the fit of this radio is really nice. The finish isn't spectacular. You know, so like the little scratches here and there out of the box. It's not horrible at arm's length. It's okay. It does show up. Maybe on the darker wood it won't, but this one here, I don't know if the light's picking it up, but it has a few little finish issues. Yeah, not too bad. It's got rounded corners, which I like. I think that's nice. Going to the front of the radio, you can see we got a metal speaker grill with this like cool embellishment in the middle. It looks like a separator. And if you look closely, there's a speaker down here. The speaker here is 57 millimeters or 2¼ inches, and it's got really good punch to it. As you can see, it's one of those punch style ones. If you guys can see that reflection, it's pretty awesome. And over here we got a baffle. It's kind of like, looks like a fake speaker up front. Like, they didn't make it deep. It's like set forward. It's funny. But it's I think it's a baffle. So it's got a great bass to it. I like the speaker. Looks sharp. Going here, we got our volume. You can see me. Hey, there's me. Face reveal. Yeah, no. Okay, so we got our volume control on off. Our tuning. This tuning knob is so smooth. I really like tuning this radio. It is, there's no catch. It seems premium. I really dig it. And when we look at this dial, now it's not fun that it's reversed. I don't know what's going on there in their minds, why it has to go from right to left. I think it's like a Japanese Oriental thing or something, because that's how they read their books and stuff. So I'm guessing that's why it's reversed. It's just me. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so top there you got FM, AM, and then shortwave. And then you can see we got a little dial indicator. It's white, but the cool thing is they put a black behind it, so it stands out. They didn't just leave it wood grain or something simple. They made it nice and blacked out. I really like that they went the extra mile and blacked that out. It's the little things. It's an inexpensive radio, so I wasn't expecting much, but I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, as you can see, the shortwave is 5.6 to all the way to 22, which is quite a bit of coverage. It's kind of hard all on one band, but it gets it done. And yeah, buttons here. We got Bluetooth. This is for Bluetooth MP3 player. So we got a backtrack, forward track, pause, play, and of course on the MP3 player you got rewind and fast forward. Now when you're playing MP3 files off the SD card slot or the USB, it only remembers track you're on, not position within the track. Unfortunately, I find that a problem when you're listening to hour-long podcasts and you can't just restart where you left off automatically. You have to fast forward to it. Yeah, not fun. Our band select switch, our function switch at MP3 or Bluetooth mode. Then we have FM, AM, and shortwave. We'll leave it on MP3 because we're going to do an audio demo. Got tuning knob. Right inside of the radio, we got some action going on. We got the charge feature, which is that USB input, 5 volts, 1 amp in. I noticed a charge rate of around 3/4 of an amp. So if you're wondering and you're worried about the batteries, just make sure your battery can handle a 3/4 amp charge. Charge light comes on when it's in charge mode. I think the light stays on, guys. It doesn't go off, just stays lit, even if the battery's fully charged. I have a meter. It actually stops charging at 4.2 volts, kicks it off, but this light still stays on. So just know that there is circuitry protecting the battery. Here we have a micro SD card slot and then our USB thumb drive. And as you can see, we got scratches already there. No, I thought the thing might have been used already. There's scratches right here near this slot, scratches there, but there's a scratch over here. Little finish things that bug me, not horribly. Nobody's going to see that, but still, it only cost me $11, so I shouldn't whine. Handle. I like this handle. It's positioned well, so they thought of centering it. See? Nice. And it folds down handy. It doesn't have the phone stand, which is good, because I like, if it looks retro, leave it retro. Don't put a phone on it. I think so. I mean, that's just me personally, but I'm getting to go that route. On the back here, we have our whip antenna. We're going to use it for reception. This is 16¼ inches. We have a little placard here with our frequency. We have the battery door behind here. This is cool. It's a removable battery. It's an unprotected button top. That's all it's going to fit in there. You might be able to modify this positive terminal, bending it out gently. I don't know on this radio. I haven't tried. But you might be able to incorporate flat top batteries, which is really nice if you can do that. But there you go. And this is a 1200 milliamp hour. Now, I mentioned that this radio does not consume a lot of power, which is surprising. Now, maybe in MP3 mode it does. I didn't test that. But in radio mode, which I'm going to use this the most, I tested it, and I got a draw of 60 milliamps. Not bad. So if you do the math, that's about 20 hours, or near there, if this battery is as advertised. 20 hours of radio time is plenty. But you can upgrade this battery with those XH Data 3000s or the Orbtronics out there that are all protected. button tops. I think even 18650 battery storage has them. Just check around. And the unprotected button tops at 3000 or 3500 even. So you can really boost your capacity if you want to. Bottom has these hard plastic feet. They're not rubber. So people wonder, because anything rubberized, we hate on radios, don't we? Anybody that knows radio, you want to stay away from anything that's solid rubber. But these are hard plastic. Yay! All right, so we're talking about FM reception. Then we're going to get this thing tuning. So, and jamming too, by the way. Yeah, which reminds me. Micro SD card. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about this here is that when you plug it in, they stick out. That's what it does. It sticks out. So use a small, low-profile thumb drive is better. But yeah, as long as you're not moving it around, it should be fine. But it does stick out, which I don't like. But FM reception report. Yep, let's get to that. I always test my radios. Fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. So 5-tier method. Average analog radios. Test about 48 stations found, about okay to good category. This is a DSP radio, digital signal processor. So it has a digital chip inside, and this is like an encoder. So you hear little steps as you go, little clicks, because it's digitally tuning the frequencies versus analog tuning. Just the way things are going to keep things cheap. That's my guess. So, and less parts involved. It really is. If you take one of these apart, there's less stuff on the board, less transistors, less everything. So, but this scored 60 stations found, which puts a three-star category of solid good, so above average, which is typical of these radios. And along with that, selectivity was good as well. I was finding faint stations next to strong stations. With a little bit of patience, back and forth tuning, you will find those stations. They do come out live. So let's turn it on. So I think if we take this card out, I should have done that first. I should go Bluetooth mode.
Bluetooth mode.
Hey, it even says it. Look at that. Now, if I do this live, I probably have to hit the button again. So let's plug this in. I don't know if it'll start playing automatically or not. Okay, it's hard to do on camera, guys. There we are. Okay.
7654.
It automatically started playing.
You'll never have these secrets.
At the track.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
get an idea. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead here and see what we got for old-time radio.
You know, they say there's an explanation for everything. But I don't think that goes where Irma Peterson is concerned. Why do I say that? Well, a few minutes ago, I told Irma that in the Arctic Circle, the nights are 6 months long. And Irma said,
gee, when a girl goes to a dance, her mother must say, be a good girl and try to get home before July.
Normally those things jolt me, but tonight I'm too busy addressing a stack of envelopes for Richard to waste any time trying to straighten Irma out.
Jane, who are you writing to?
No one we know, honey. You see, Richard is greatly interested in the primary elections, and he's coming here with a stack of election circulars he wants me to mail.
Circulars?
Yeah, you know, there's a picture of the man, and underneath it is a description of what he's done.
Oh, I know, like those pictures of Al's friends that are hanging in the post office.
There you go. So some all-time radio. I like that one. So I played it longer. Let's go ahead and get to the bands. Let's go to Shortwave. Yeah, get our audio demo off here. I like that, though. Is that cool? It sounds great, man. In person here, I'm enjoying it. So what I'm doing is I'm hooking up a 22-foot wire to my whip antenna here. You can leave the telescopic whip down. Okay, I was told that when I first started my channel, I was always extending it. No, the wire does all the work. So you leave your whip down. 22-foot wire is going to do the work for you. Go ahead and try to get this positioned here without pulling the wire off. It's like pulling pretty tight here. Okay, hopefully we don't knock anything over. So we're going to go ahead and go to Shortwave, which is all the way over. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you the finished thing too. You can see where the wood grain didn't fill in that gap. Look at that. It's like, man, it's visible. Now if you're on Shortwave, it's okay over on this side, but not if you're right over there. The little things, man. Anyway, arm's length, it's okay. So we'll do the arm's length rule. Okay, hopefully this wire does not come down. You know what? I gotta adjust this just a little bit. There we go. We got some slack now. All right, so, okay, let's go ahead and turn it on. Shortwave, we're at the bottom of the band, 5.6 megahertz. We're all the way to the, okay, there we go. All the way to the right, and we're gonna cruise to the left. All right.
Of losing their home. We can't continue this way, right? So we've got to do something, and other problems, every other province in
chiară din urmativ descoperită în 1978 la Bunești, care este locurile vestite.
Pour la stabilité et le développement. Mais, comme aujourd'hui, nous sommes
Canadian time signal, CHU, Canada.
CHU, Canada, UTC, 5 heures, 43 minutes, 5 hours, 43 minutes.
Hey, had our English guy on there. All right.
When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and does not understand it,
WBCQ out of Maine. This is 9330 kilohertz.
Was sown in his heart. This is he who receives seed by the wayside. But he who receives
Here, people stood right here, watched it, born witness were here, and they
Okay, we got Brother Stairs recordings on WRMI, Okeechobee, Florida, on 93.95 kilohertz.
or no medical, acceptable, and
Selon les supporters ivoiriens, confirmation à
a simple thing as a birth certificate would have such an issue, would it? Well, that's what it's having. Now,
So that's 10 megahertz, WWV, Fort Collins, Colorado. Okay, so in the evening, typically I won't pick up much past that. Once in a while, New Zealand will come through. But it's rare. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to FM. So MP3, then FM. We'll go to the bottom of the band. Yeah, so like I said, I did pretty good. We'll see what it can pick up downstairs with this wire. I'm not sure. I haven't tried this before. Reception isn't fantastic down here, typically. So let's go ahead. Give it a go. It's not going to tune this in because it lands on 8775. That's that low power station out of Chicago, Me TV. They're able to keep their audio portion of their TV signal. That's pretty interesting. I think it's temporary though. They play classics.
Around. I don't see much of that much anymore. I still do it every day.
Yeah, the Chaplet of Divine Mercy. Yeah. Actually, I do it on YouTube. Because on the night of...
Where in Goma there is still conflict.
Well, what we hear from our colleagues is that on the neighborhoods, because on the...
Stay country, my wife, if you're gonna run with me.
Amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optimum Tax Relief.
Okay, so dial accuracy sucks. This is 93.1, and it's like over here at 97.
800-627-1877. 800. Pick up with stinky clothes. Rinse it up.
93.9 Chicago. WLIT.
Just will never come out.
Air One. Worship now.
Worship now, not later.
People with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's
Band-Aids. We want to fix your nasal breathing problem for good.
It's the Greg B. Harrell Show, 888-760-1977. Amazing that people will brag about anything.
AI, the world's first fully autonomous advertising platform.
For 25 cents per gallon only.
Community, strong body, and strong mind. Join now. Our lowest rates of the year expire January 31st. Don't delay.
What if I could hold you till I feel you?
trusted influencers, and
and that's because of the construction taking out the left lane plus the ramps and brakes.
I like that, baby, I like that.
Yo te fallé, tú me la...
Para escuchar tus historias, papá.
Okay, cool. That's FM. I can't really hover too long in the music, but wow, does that sound good, man. Guys, if you haven't got one of these, get one. I mean, if you like the looks of it, yeah, snag it. It just sounds so great. All right, so we're going to go AM band real quick and then do some final thoughts. So, yeah, let's do the AM band. We don't need the whip antenna. It's got internal. Now, during the day on the AM band, medium wave for AM broadcast band, it was great on locals, good on semi-locals, and distance stations were possible, but selectivity is an issue. A bit of a challenge. You saw me with the FM going back and forth to get the station. Same with the medium wave band. Now, shortwave during the day was typical with these radios, about 12 stations found on average, but it's probably all I can pick up on any of my radios, so it's average performers. Not bad for just the whip antenna. I wasn't using any kind of wire in that regard. It's just that because I'm down here in the subfloor basement. So let's go do AM. So we'll go ahead and make sure we're on AM there. Here we are. Bottom of the band. We'll just cruise this really quickly and then do final thoughts.
Cama spoilers and water heaters in many of Chicago's most iconic buildings. Mechanical design firms trust applied mechanics.
Anywhere in the Americas.
I really like your show. You and Carlos do a great job.
From Marvin Gaye, Frankie Beverly and Mays.
Larry.
There's 650 Nashville, Tennessee, 460 miles south, or 434 miles south.
Like, what am I doing? And then if you get there and the restaurant's not, sometimes the restaurant says where your food's ready, and then you get there and they look at you like, what?
670 The Score, home of the Cubs.
What? No, I'm picking up DoorDash. Oh. Anyone got this order? You...
Andrew Holmes, instead of using a real estate agent,
I decided that spending the time and money to rehab the unit and sell it through conventional means was not in my best interest.
Brand new, show quality, and closed.
The process of Grandview was virtually effortless.
All at no cost to you.
You need to sell your home fast. Grandview Homes is the name you know.
We can help with that as well.
So if 740 was coming in strong right now, it would be picking it up. It did the other night, which was good, so I was able to get Zoomer radio with this. But as you can see, it's jumping from 720 to 780 because I got two strong stations in my area, WGN 720 and 780's WBBM News Radio. Yeah, Chicago has some big ones.
1923. Ferrari of Lake Forest. Specialist in the Ferrari ownership experience.
Are you or a loved one struggling with drug or alcohol dependency?
Devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated.
Switching to Credo Mobile is a smart and easy way.
At Symmetry.
Just go to credomobile.com, and for Stephanie Miller listeners, you get 25.
Yeah, if this is coming in strong enough, it just won't get the selectivity you want. Otherwise, I love it. For locals, great.
One more time, that is...
This might be WHAS, which is ground zero, and then they have coast to coast at night on 840 WHAS.
This isn't standard. And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects? She needs a clerk.
890 WLS Chicago.
No margin for error. I need Indeed. Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend...
Even on medium wave, the speaker's fantastic. There's no crackling or popping. Yeah. It doesn't have a headphone jack, which is unfortunate. Or even auxiliary in. This would be cool if it had auxiliary in, because the speaker's so good. I mean, I get you, best you could... I bet. Not best. I bet you could wire in something. Looks like there's plenty of room on this thing.
That weighs you down.
Yeah.
Start your daily routine now, and in 2 weeks, you could be feeling
after another. And, it's so inspiring to see. But
basketball, not football. Don't get it twisted. But I can always expect.
10 team? Oh.
I can't stand those. I wanted to lose.
Sometimes I struggle.
And so I'm not the most famous composer.
Your own soul than to give forgiveness to someone who's offended.
And if you get the patience, you'll find your stations.
You may have been told to defer paying your taxes by the following.
And savor three delicious bites. Take it one almond at a time with a Haagen-Dazs vanilla milk chocolate almond bar. Madagascar vanilla. Perfect.
2 stations here, 1700 KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa, and KKLF, Richardson, Texas, 790 miles to the southwest.
That's right. And hello to savoring the finest ingredients and the richest and creamiest ice cream. That's done. Available at retailers and these.
There we go. Cool. Okay, final thoughts on the 8107BT by NNS. I reviewed a couple of these radios already, the brand, so I'll have those in the iCard section. Go check them out. They still sell them, I think, so you can get them. They got a modern looking one, or modern retro, I'd call it, and then they got a real retro looking one that I like. It's like over the top, and then they got this nice classy looking one here. So, all right, let's go over the likes and everything. So, what do I like about this thing? Low cost, nice. The speaker, amazing. Yeah, I just can't say more about that speaker. This is what makes a radio, totally. It is. Decent reception on all the bands. See, I'm very happy with the reception on all these bands here. You can hear what you want to hear. It's just regardless of conditions. Bluetooth MP3 player, fantastic. That it has that compact size. This is a really small size, by the way, guys. Smaller than your average radio, not as small as like the Prunus J150, which I like a lot, and it includes D-cell batteries, which I'm going to get to in a second. This doesn't, but this does include an 18650 replaceable battery, which is a bonus. USB-C charging, built-in handle, that's all good stuff. Cool looks, I do like the looks. The tuning control, that's what I mentioned. Yeah, this is just so smooth. These are really good controls. They feel premium. When you get your hands on them, they doesn't like hang up on, like I had a radio was hanging and stuff with the belt driven here with the encoder, but this is just smooth and easy. No, just enough resistance, but enough to keep it where you put it. See that? It's not like spinning easily, but not too hard. It's perfect. So I like it. It's a nice tuning experience. So dislikes and wants. Cabinet finish, yeah, it could be improved. They could protect it better. It wasn't protected well. Reverse the dial, please. Make it for Americanized, if you want to call it. I don't know. Light the dial would be cool, right? Put a little light in there, like an amber light. Give it kind of that old school, like, incandescent bulb look in there. That'd be awesome. Tuning LED. Yeah, some type of tuning LED would be nice. Like on the front somewhere up here, maybe like a little red one. That'd be nice. It doesn't have to be, but I guess the aesthetics it would take away, but otherwise I would like that. It would be nice. Segment the shortwave band, at least 2 or 3. It is 5.6 to 22 is quite the trip. Takes a while, and it's really tedious going from 5.6 to like, 10 megahertz there, and then going beyond. It does get a little bit difficult, but that's just me complaining. D-cell compartment should have one. It is big enough back here. I think they could have fit it. They just chose not to. Maybe, but this speaker here does sit further back and probably has a bigger magnet on it, hence this really deep cabinet. And it has this baffle system. Maybe there's a big box behind there too. I haven't taken this apart, but there probably is a big box behind here as well. So can't complain too much. I mean, it still has a removable battery, but D-cell operation is nice. Like if you are in an emergency situation, it's your only radio, and you can't find an 18650s or you can't have a way to charge them, you're kind of stuck then. You better figure out something, right? At that point, you could probably get pretty good at figuring stuff out if you got the time, but if you don't have the time, you got to grab and go. Yeah, you're going to wish you had 2 D-cell battery radio. That's just me personally. So overall opinion of this radio, it's a great value. Retro radio, when it's under $18, it's fantastic. Again, the speaker audio and the radio reception seals the deal on this one. So it gets a recommended buy all day long by Todderbert. Check out the paid link sections down below if you want to support the channel. It does. It's amazing. You guys are awesome. So even an inexpensive radio like this, yeah, it's a fun thing. Definitely keeps the channel going. I can buy more of these to just display and show you guys. So there you are. You guys rock. Like the video, give it a big like. You know how that works, right? And then 2, if you like these inexpensive radios from China Land and you want to see more, hit subscribe with the bell icon, get notified of future videos and deals. Remember that deal thing? If you got that bell icon clicked, you will get notified of a deal because Todderbert is always searching for deals on eBay and Amazon and looking for the coolest, newest, or cheapest that are decent. And this one looked decent to me, so I said, hey guys, go check this one out. And you guys did. And you're really happy. So I'm glad to hear that. And 3, comment below what you think about this particular version. Do you like it? Do you wish you had the other ones? Let me know what your choices are, what you like about this. I'd be curious to read those. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.